Why is this black thread more deadly than a chip, breaking the 30-year blockade? The king of new materials. China mass produces T1000 carbon fiber. Just as everyone's eyes were fixed on lithography machines and semiconductors, Chinese manufacturing silently executed a major move in another area that is almost forgotten but absolutely fatal. This breakthrough has directly torn a gap in the iron-clad defense line that the US and Japan jointly built for 30 years. This incident didn't make much noise in the media, but it caused a huge stir in the global top industrial circles. Everyone is discussing the chokehold on chips, but few people know that there is one thing that, if cut off, would have far more dire consequences than a lack of chips. Your missiles won't fly far, your planes won't take off, and even the hottest new energy vehicles and drones would be grounded. This thing looks like an inconspicuous, soft black thread, but it is hailed as the king of new materials. Our protagonist today is T1000 grade carbon fiber. How miraculous is this material? To put it simply, take a small bundle of carbon fiber, about 1/10 the thickness of a human hair. It looks as soft as cotton thread, but it can easily suspend 2 family cars. Its strength is more than 5 times that of steel, yet its weight is less than 1/4 of aluminum. In the industrial world, this is a cheating material that defies physical intuition. Previously, this level of material was only mastered by Japan's Toray and America's Hexcel. They imposed strict security measures against China. Even glimpsing it was a luxury. But recently, a Chinese company in Shaanxi, Huayan New Materials, has successfully achieved the mass production of T1000 grade carbon fiber. This is not just about making it. What's more disruptive is that they have conquered the most challenging dry jet wet spinning process. This is the jewel in the crown of carbon fiber manufacturing, which used to be an absolute preserve of Western countries. What does this mean? It means China not only possesses this heavenly sword, but can also drive down its price as easily as making cabbage. For Western giants accustomed to relying on monopolistic technology to passively collect money, this is the beginning of a nightmare. Don't think this is just a factory matter. It is inextricably linked to the future life of every one of us and to the security foundation of our nation. Next, we will peel back this black veil and see how this thin thread became the decisive game changer on the chessboard of great power competition. 30 years of humiliation and the suffocation of industrial lifeline. We must first make it clear, why did the US and Japan desperately restrict carbon fiber? Because this material is the lifeline and skeleton of industry. The wings of large aircraft, the casings of rockets, the outer shells of intercontinental missiles, none of these can be made without it. Without high-performance carbon fiber, your weapons and equipment are just bulky, crude objects, live targets in modern warfare. Looking back over the past 30 years, this is a history of blood and tears for China's materials industry. In this field, Japan's Toray and the US's Hexcel formed an absolute duopoly. They implemented the most stringent blockade policy against China. High-end T1000, T1100? Don't even think about it, absolute embargo. Slightly lower grade T800? It could be sold, but only after bending to their demands. How? They dared to charge 1 million renminbi per ton, with a delivery period extending 3 months out, and you had to sign harsh end-user agreements, ensuring it wouldn't be used for military purposes. Once international tensions rose, or the US sneezed, the supply would be immediately cut off. Chinese large aircraft project teams experienced this taste, as did wind power companies, and even fishing rod manufacturers. This is a classic case of having your lifeblood held in someone else's hand. At that time, we were like a giant being choked, with great strength but unable to use it due to the lack of this crucial sinew. The US and Japan understood clearly. By controlling carbon fiber, they controlled the ceiling of China's high-end manufacturing. They thought this wall could block China for 10,000 years, but they underestimated the Chinese obsession with fighting for dignity, rather than just success. This 30-year technological bullying was, in fact, the most vivid national defense education class for us. It told us starkly, in this world, true core technology cannot be bought or begged for. The so-called international division of labor is a joke in the face of national security. The US and Japan could be so arrogant in their monopoly because they exploited the characteristics of materials science. High trial and error costs and long R&D cycles. They bet China couldn't afford the time. But the carbon fiber breakthrough proves once again that for a country like China with ambitions for a full industrial chain, there is no impossible trinity. This forced self-reliance, though painful in the process, yields the most solid results. The current breakthrough is the loudest slap in the face to all the arrogance and prejudice of the past. 2. The atomic bomb logic. So what if we are 40 years late? When Huayang in Shaanxi announced the mass production of T-1000, some people online were still speaking cynically. Japan developed T-1000 in the 1980s. China is nearly 40 years late. What's there to brag about? People who say this are either foolish or malicious. They completely misunderstand what great power strategy is. In the field of core materials, the most important logic is not who had it first, but do you have it now? This is like the atomic bomb. The US had it in 1945, and China detonated it in 1964, nearly 20 years later. Did that mean China's atomic bomb had no deterrent power? Of course not. From 0 to 1 is the boundary between life and death. Materials of the T-1000 level mean that as long as you cannot produce them, the other side can impose infinite price premiums and cut off supplies at any time to manipulate you. But as soon as you produce it, even if your output is temporarily lower than theirs, and even if your process is still optimizing, the opponent's monopoly dividend instantly drops to 0. This is deterrent balance. China's conquering of T-1000 means that we no longer have to depend on others for the design of large aircraft, spacecraft, and high-end weaponry. That chokehold hand has been forcibly pried open by us. Moreover, China's breakthrough this time is the dry jet wet spinning process. This is an extremely high-efficiency spinning technology, previously the exclusive secret of Japan's Toray. China has successfully mastered this path, meaning we can not only make it, but we can make it at a large scale and with high efficiency. This is the terrifying aspect of Chinese manufacturing. We may start late, but we accelerate fast. 3. The cabbage price crusher, the darkest hour for Western monopolists. What makes Western competitors most fearful of Chinese companies? It's not just advanced technology, it's the unreasonable cost control technique. Previously, T-800 and T-1000 were ridiculously expensive because they included IQ taxes and monopoly fees. Now that domestic products are entering the market, the rules of the game have completely changed. Data shows that once domestic high-performance carbon fiber is mass-produced, the market price can immediately drop by more than 20%, and that's just the beginning. The core competence of Chinese manufacturing lies in its ability to use its vast industrial supporting facilities and energy advantages to turn noble materials into civilian prices. Imagine what would happen if the price of T-1000 dropped to half or even lower than before. Previously, US and Japanese companies lived comfortably thanks to high profits. Now that China has entered the game, it forces them to either lower prices and relinquish their profits, or watch their market share be eroded. This is the dimensional reduction attack of Chinese manufacturing. For the global industrial chain, this is actually a great thing because cheaper high-performance materials mean more innovation opportunities. But in the eyes of US and Japanese conglomerates, this is smashing their rice bowl. In the future, relying on a few threads to dominate the world will essentially be impossible. 4. Scene defines material, the entry ticket to the trillion-dollar windfall. Finally, what does this have to do with ordinary people? A great deal. Look at the hottest trends for the next decade: low-altitude economy, flying cars, logistics drones, eVTOL, electric vertical takeoff and landing aircraft. These future means of transport are extremely sensitive to weight. An extra kilogram reduces the range. Previously, T-1000 was too expensive for widespread use. forcing people to endure short range and low payload capacity. Now, once the domestic T-1000 drives the price down, it is like a shot in the arm for these industries. Drone payloads can double, making express delivery more robust, and EV bodies become lighter, easily adding dozens of kilometers to the range, and flying cars are no longer just props in science fiction but are getting closer to our daily lives. This is scene defines material. Although the US and Japan had an early start in technology, they do not have the vast and dynamic NEV and low-altitude economy market that China has. China has the world's largest application scenarios, and now it holds the core material in its own hands. This is a true full-chain victory. Ultimately, what did the US and Japan achieve with 30 years of joint blockade? They only locked down temporary progress but forced the emergence of a China that can dominate the entire industrial chain. Do not underestimate that thin T-1000 carbon fiber thread. It is not just a material. It is the epitome of the resilience of Chinese manufacturing and the sharp sword with which we shatter the old order and establish a new structure. We used to have to rely on others for materials. Now, it is our turn to use Chinese prices to reshape the global industrial map. Blockade can never lock down Chinese innovation. A chokehold only forces stronger Chinese manufacturing.